And good morning, Facebook family. So excited and glad you could join us today. This is our very first Facebook live stream. My name is Eric Grisham. This good-looking man to my side here is Jerry Currier. He's one of our veteran service representatives. And we'll be your host for the Facebook Live, this amazing event as we navigate the treacherous waters of issues and challenges that today's job seekers, as well as the challenges of businesses in Cochise County face. We will also look at our time during this time to share resources and services that Arizona at Work, Southeast Arizona can offer, and how we can assist you in your endeavor to find the right job or to find the right employees for your businesses. So how are you doing today, Jerry?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Eric?
Other than I think I'm losing my voice, I think I'm doing okay. I do notice that we're going to have to work on our lighting a little bit. But I'm excited. This is our first Facebook live stream, so bear with us, folks. At the end of each segment, we will take questions and comments from you, our viewers, and hopefully address some of the issues that you are facing in an endeavor to be employed or fill your foxholes for those businesses. So join in and share the link because this is Workforce Live.
Well, I just want to say real quick, Eric, thank you for having me on today.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure.
Part of your Facebook.
Besides, it's better to have somebody else to share the humiliation when we mess up.
That's true. I'm pretty good at that.
So today the title of our show is Help, I Need a Job. Is there any help? And we're going to talk a little bit about what Arizona at Work does, and who Arizona at Work is, and why should I care? You know, when I started working here about 2 years ago, I kept being told that Arizona at Work is the best kept secret in Arizona. And as I learned more and more about the resources and what we do, the first thing popped in my mind is, why are we a secret?
Yeah, we shouldn't be.
Exactly.
We should be outside.
This is a lot of great resources and stuff out there for anyone and everyone that qualifies. So Arizona at Work, a little bit about us. We're an innovative workforce solution funded by the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act of 2014. What that means is we receive federal funds, which we provide all of our services at no cost to the individuals. And then, so individuals who need job training or education have a smoother and more seamless access to a system of high-quality career services. Education, training through the one-stop service delivery system known as the American Job Centers and Partners, i.e. Arizona at Work. We're the partners and proud partners of the American Job Centers. Excuse me. So here at Arizona at Work, we serve job seekers of all backgrounds, all skill levels and ages. So whether you're an adult with years of job experience, or you're young, straight out of high school, looking for something, looking for a new career path, we can put our programs and services to work for you. And of course, like I mentioned, young people, we also have programs for them under the Professional Youth Quest for finding a job, getting training and furthering your education. So we're here for you. You got anything you want to add, Jerry? Jump on in, because I will talk all day.
No, never would have known that about you, Eric. No, so again, my name is Jerry Curry. Just want to say good morning to everybody out there. I am a veteran employment specialist with the state of Arizona. I work under the Disabled Veteran Outreach Program, and my job is to assist transitioning service members, families, and veterans and families in breaking barriers down that they may have. And normally what I tell people, it could be as easy as maybe just needing a resume or training, or God forbid, a little bit more serious issues. Say you're homeless or on the verge of homeless, or our job is to assist you in breaking down those barriers. So we have various tools we have access to do that. Which we've been fairly successful, is our veteran toolkit. We have the ability through no cost to the client. So say you need tools or clothes, or even in some cases maybe you don't have reliable transportation, we have, we could get a bicycle, and we've done that for some of our veterans in the past. So we have the ability to order certain things to get you job ready. So if you just need clothes or tools or we have the ability to do that. So that's kind of in a nutshell what we do in our job. Times are they're different right now. So right now we're kind of wearing multiple hats. We also are helping with employment services to assist people in looking, transitioning maybe from one job into a career or things along that line to get them job ready.
Awesome. So that talks a little bit about our veteran side of the house, which we have 2 DevOps and a leaver who take care of veterans. Of course, right now we're a little short-handed thanks to unemployment. We're trying to serve many masters and the common goal to build the community, work on the economy, and help people find employment.
Exactly. Right now, well, let me back up a little bit. So from the service member transitioning, it can be very challenging. Both Eric and myself have done that. So we are very aware that it could be a very stressful time, and especially if you don't have plans set in place, you're transitioning from the service member into civilian life could be very bumpy. Do meet a lot of people that everything is set, they have their plan, their shoot, move, and communicate, if you will, and it's still very challenging. So our job for the transitioning service member and their family is to assist and hopefully make that a smooth transition. Now on the veteran side of the house, it could be challenging as well because you're trying to get out there, you're trying to find that career that you want to get into. Not sure how to do it. We get a lot of them because of where we're located at, next to Fort Huachuca. A lot of companies on the contracting sites, they need certification. So if the veteran doesn't have that, they need to do it. We work in conjunction with our Title I partners, Eric, and he has some programs available, and he'll go over all that later. But we just try to help and kind of relieve some of the pressure or stress, if you will, looking for employment. And it's very challenging. It can be very difficult.
What? Challenges in finding employment?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, yeah, so on top of that, we work, as we mentioned, we work for the job seekers. Those are looking for employment. But also, one of my primary jobs is to work with businesses. So if you're a local business out there and within Cochise County, and you're having trouble finding those employees, reach out, let me know. What I do is post jobs, share resources to help businesses succeed and grow. We lay groundwork for a stronger Arizona economy, and by sharing the solutions, you need to find the right employees. Right here, right now, we're committed to real teamwork. So, businesses and job seekers, and like I said, right now, we're all sort of playing dual roles.
Exactly.
With all the craziness of the pandemic and unemployment and all that wonderful stuff going on in the world we live in. So Arizona at Work, we're here to help. We have a lot of resources, a lot of tools. A lot of people think of us as the unemployment office, which we're not the unemployment office, although our DES workforce can assist with filing those unemployment claims, and we've done a lot of assisting past several months. But we also have vocational rehabilitation for those with disabilities, trying to overcome barriers and hurdles to employment. Like I said, we have our professional youth quest, and we have our Title I adult dislocated workers. So there's a lot of resources here that most people have no clue. As I try to get our name and such out on Facebook, I come across a lot of people, and when I ask them, have you ever heard of Arizona at Work, their answer is no.
Arizona at what?
Yeah, there's what? But then, we have some that are like, oh, I've heard of Arizona at Work, and then I go, okay, so how much do you know about us? And then, of course, it gets a little quieter. The crickets come out.
So one of the things, and I forgot to mention earlier, I apologize, but On the veteran side of the house, we have a very unique program within the state of Arizona. So once we get the client job ready, we kind of call it like doing our battle handoff, if you will, to the business service team, which is Eric and Coy. And we have the ability to go out and advocate for the veteran on their behalf. So if you tell us, hey, I applied for this job over here, I'm just trying to, just let us know, then we send our business service teams out there, and like I said, they'll advocate for, on behalf of the veteran.
So, and that's one of the services here at Arizona at Work that I think is so invaluable, because I hear time and time again, oh, I've applied at 1,000,000 places and I've never heard anything back, or,
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically people are like the duck on the water. On top, they look calm and collective. Underneath, they're going 100 miles an hour trying to find a job. And the thing that you were talking about, the business service team advocating on behalf. Nowhere on Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor will you ever find someone that's going to go out and advocate for you.
Exactly.
As a job seeker. I know I would have loved to have somebody advocate for me when I retired out of the military, and I'm dropping resumes left and right, and a lot of places didn't hear anything.
No, exactly. It is kind of interesting, and we have a lot of partners out there, and so what I think is kind of interesting, we just pick up the phone and call that recruiter or whomever and say, hey, look, did you get the resume on my client? Well, they'll ask questions, kind of back and forth for a little bit, and I think it's a very nice tool to have in your toolbox.
Oh yeah. I mean, one of the biggest keys out there is who you know.
Exactly.
It's all about who you know and having those connections in the network.
Mm-hmm.
So just having someone to be able to reach out and say, hey, my client applied for this position, what's the status? What's going on? Not only can we advocate, but we can also learn from it. A lot of times I ask the businesses and I'm like, well, okay, so what's your take on it? What do they look like? What are their chances? What are your recommendations? How could they make their resume better? How could they make their interview better?
Well, I think it's interesting, because resumes is kind of a neat subject within itself to talk about, but one of the things, and I hear it all the time, and I've gotten to the point where I tell everybody has an opinion on a resume. If your resume is getting you to the interview and it's working, awesome. But if your resume, you apply, you hear nothing, well, maybe we need to look at the resume.
Exactly.
And it's an easy thing to do. If you're not very comfortable, come on in. And we can sit down with you, review your resume, and kind of take things from there and get you into our system and have you register. And
that's good thing you brought that up, because next week we're going to talk a little bit more about resumes, and we're going to talk about what you can do as a job seeker. Not just do your resume,
Exactly.
but are you doing the follow-ups? Are you making networking, making those connections? So you're right. I mean, it's a very challenging and interesting little.
Because one of the things I learned a long time ago, when you're doing your job search, you need to conduct your job search as if you're going to work every day. You get up in the morning, you get on the computer, you do your job search for a while, you take a break, you go to lunch, and get back on, and continue your job searching. And it's very hard. It's not easy sometimes, and especially if you work in a very unique career set. From some of the IT stuff that we see, that could be difficult. Very not fun process, if you will.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that we could do to assist you. One of the things, and I forgot to mention as well, as a veteran, you have Veterans Priority of Service. So you come into our office and you identify yourself as a veteran. We'll have you fill a form out, and then myself, or we'll, because Kevin McFadden, he teleworks now, we'll refer you to them, and then you will be seen very quickly. Luckily, we have our people who are embedded here, and we're pretty good about seeing you as quickly as we can.
Well, awesome. So right now we're just going to give a little shout out to some of our sponsors out there. So some of the local businesses in the area have agreed to sponsor us. So I want to shout out to Mill Mountain Pest Control. It's a family owned and operated a business dedicated to being fair and honest. They've been serving Arizona for over 20 years, serving several counties in southern Arizona, Cochise, Pima, Pino, Maricopa, and Santa Cruz counties. So thank you, Real Mountain Pest Control. Also, we'd like to give a shout out to Ironbow Technologies. They're one of the government contractors on Fort Huachuca. Right now, they are looking for people to join them to innovate the world. They're looking for a senior virtualization systems administrator at Fort Huachuca, and they're also offering $1,000 external referral payment for any lead that leads to any lead that's provided that leads to a hire. So if you're interested, shoot me a message. I will give you the link and help them find it. The way this works, folks, is networking communication. We share. So as me and Jerry are talking to you in the community, you talk to your families and friends. They talk to their families and friends. That's how this works. Not only for businesses in Cochise County to share, because especially on Facebook nowadays, everybody's got an opinion, and people are commenting about the service at this place and the way this place is treated, or how it looks, or the customer service. So even Arizona at Work, as a workforce innovator, that's how we work. When it comes to businesses looking for job seekers, that's how it works. It's all about the network. So help us get the word out. Let your friends and family know, and we'll just keep working along, trying to help as many people right now as we can to find jobs.
Exactly.
One of the crazy things out there is I did a job search myself the other day, and found about 228 jobs. 23 of those I'm actually working right now, taking applications and stuff for different businesses. But 228 jobs.
Well, I would think right now, if you're trying to change careers, or you're wanting to reinvent yourself, now's a really good time to do that, because there's a lot of companies that are actively looking for, from maybe a caregiver to Lowe's is a perfect example. So there's a wide variety of career fields out there. Now's the time to, like I was saying, if you want to reinvent yourself, go for it.
Yeah, and it brings us up to, you just led this right in like you knew what we were doing or something.
Worked with you for a while.
So, under the leadership of our governor, the Arizona Workforce Network launched a program called Return Stronger. It's a campaign to connect Arizonans with training resources and stuff made available through Arizona at Work, targeted to those impacted by COVID-19. The campaign encourages dislocated workers to obtain training and certifications in an effort to return to the workforce stronger than ever before. Their little slogan, whether you're looking to advance your career or find a new beginning, like Jerry was talking about, Arizona's statewide workforce network offers tools and training that help you return to the workforce with new skills and a new mindset for a new start.
Awesome.
It is. And the best thing about this, so I was doing a online training a while back, probably a month or two ago, and it was talking about the hidden job market. Now, I'm not going to get into the hidden job market. We'll talk, that's for a whole nother level. But one of the topics that was brought up is, aren't we in a pandemic? Mm-hmm. Aren't we shutting down, locked down? Aren't we social distancing? So why would I even look for a job? Why would I even try? Well, the funny part is now is probably the best time, like you said, to reinvent yourself, to get that training, to find that new opportunity, because believe it or not, folks, the pandemic's not going to be here forever. Just like the Spanish flu, the Black Plague, they all went away eventually. Saw an article on the Spanish flu last night, and they were talking about, in the midst of war and conflict, the Spanish flu hit, and then right after it, we went into another war. And although there was a lot of lives lost, it was also a time for growth and reinvention and new ideas coming to life.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because I feel, because I've been there, when I was active duty and I transitioned out and I worked various jobs before.
I knew you were old. I didn't know you were here to Spanish food.
Look pretty good for my age.
I know, you do.
So, but I think, you know, the biggest lesson I've learned is don't be afraid to take that foot forward to reinvent yourself. If you work in customer service and you just kind of bored with that now, or you're just not getting that fulfillment, there's a lot of opportunities to get into new career fields right now. It could be maybe truck driving, mining, or maybe just going back to school. And like Eric was saying, we have the resources available to assist you in, you know, getting into that job or that career that you would like to do. Things are a little bit awkward right now because we're trying to find that battle rhythm, how we're going to do certain things, but it's very doable. You just need the discipline, the mindset in order to make it happen. And the only way you're going to find out, honestly, about what's out there is come on in and see us, so we can sit down with you and go over a lot of the opportunities that we have that are available to assist you if you qualify for those programs.
Exactly. So, here's something to take in consideration. What do these companies all have in common? Uber, Airbnb, Dropbox, Venmo, Instagram, Groupon, Slack, Pinterest, WhatsApp, and Square. Anybody?
What do they have in common, Eric?
I think we're alone in this today.
I think we are. That's okay, though.
So
we'll get through it.
All these companies saw a chance during recession.
Interesting.
And they took the opportunity and they started these companies that I just mentioned during a recession. I read once that recession is the opportunity in wolf's clothing. So when things look the grimmest, these folks out there had this great idea and they took advantage of it. And now most of these businesses are still going. They're going pretty strong today.
That too, and if you also look at with the global market in general, within the United States, a lot of major companies are relocating to other areas. And just with the global market, global economy, things are changing so drastically. You know, from the veteran side of the house, you know, back in the day, you retire, you go maybe work for the government, the post office, or whatever. But a lot of people are taking their skill sets that they had in the military and taking it to the private sector. You know, I tell the story talking to my son about what he does in the Navy. They have the same job for Disney Corporation. So
interesting.
Yeah, things are changing in a very unique way.
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of interesting what's out there.
It is, and you know, and now's the time. Even if you are looking at starting your own business, you know, we have the Small Business Development Center here, part of Cochise College that's there to help businesses get started. Or even if you just want to branch out and do something different. You know, I was reading an article about the Underground Railroad, and the guy who started it, military, police, law enforcement, and all that, and you know, he saw all this bad stuff happening to children, and he took it upon himself to branch off and create his own little network to help these kids out there that are being kidnapped and child trafficking and stuff. So, you know, now is the time to do it. There's a lot of uncertainty. You know, COVID has got everybody the way we do businesses. I mean, schools don't even open. You know, a lot of schools aren't even opening up for at least a semester.
Well, and that goes into with the whole virtual, the way we do transitioning into doing things virtually. It is different, but it takes a little bit to get used to. But on the flip side of it is that is a job market that is opening up. You're always going to need, you know, those people to assist, and you know, because not everybody can get on a computer or whatever and do certain things. It is very difficult, I guess. Yeah, it could be very challenging.
And you know, I challenge all the computer gurus out there and the cyber IT folks to create a better virtual platform for different things like hiring events or maybe school programs for when the colleges come in.
No, exactly.
Talk to teenagers about their future, and even recruiting for the military.
Yeah.
You know, look for those people, because there's a lot of platforms out there, and so far there's not a lot that's really caught my interest as far as being personable. You know, that's the challenge, is taking the virtual world and try to make it more personable.
Well, and I hear that's the challenge on virtual career fairs, is that, like you were saying, the personable side of this isn't there no more.
Yes.
Whereas back in, not that long ago, we did one for the transitioning National Guard, the border mission.
Yeah.
You know, we could stop the hey, you know, you're looking for work, but this way, it's different.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit to get used to.
It is, and you know, I think the real challenge is the personable side of the house too, is you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
And if you're at an event and one of these employers can reach out to you and say, hey, have you ever thought about this? Because, you know, so many people get the stereotype. So if you're walking around and you see a hospital hiring, and you're thinking, I don't want to do nothing medical, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor. Well, guess what? They have admin, they have finance, records.
And I've heard this time and time again, where, and I tell clients, you have no idea what the employer's looking for. You know, like you're saying, it could be the hospital hiring, but everybody has support jobs. Everybody has the logisticians, drivers. So still go talk to them. You have no idea. Have your resume ready and go talk to that recruiter. You know, you may be missing out on a career that you would enjoy doing.
Yep.
If only you would take it a few moments to ask what they have available.
Oh yeah, and you know, that's one of the things, you know, bringing it back around to the Arizona Work side of the house, that's one of the things we're here for, is to sit down with the job seekers and look at that resume like we were talking about earlier, you know, because most have been doing this for a little while, and just to be able to have someone take a look at your resume or your application and give you the advice, you know, it's almost like sitting down with your grandpa and getting those advices about, you know.
Oh, I think it's interesting you bring that up, because, you know, it's hard to explain yourself on a sheet of paper. You know, sometimes I've done resumes on people where I'll ask them, so what'd you do? What'd you do at this job? Well, I just went to work every day. Well, it's a little bit more than that. And, you know, and we have certain tools that we use to help you do that, like ONet Online. I think is fabulous. It is an amazing tool to have as far as resume building. I call it my cheat sheet for resume building. Copy, paste, done. So, like Eric was saying, if you have questions, come on in. Don't hesitate to ask. If you don't have a resume, don't worry about it. We'll help you do one. If you do have a resume and want us to look it over, bring it in. We'll either say it's the greatest thing we've ever seen, or, you know, might need a little bit of
tweaking.
Yeah, tweaking. There you go.
Yeah.
So
twerking.
Yeah, tweaking. Yeah. But, you know, so, you know, bring that resume in, and like I said, bring it in. Let us look at it. Or if you're going to start from scratch, too easy. Now, we utilize Arizona Job Connection. That, to me, that's a very unique site, because not only it'll help you build the resume in there, but it also, if you're trying to go to school, the training providers in Arizona Job Connection, it just throughout the whole state of Arizona, the schools and stuff like that. But also, if you're looking for a job, say you're wanting to relocate and you are going from here to Phoenix, and you're not really sure what's available in the area that you're going to, it could help you do that. Now, also on the veteran side of the house, if you're trying to relocate and you're trying to get put in touch with a DVOP, say in Phoenix, let us know, and we can put you in connection with one of the American Job Centers up in Phoenix.
Exactly. So right now we're going to take a little break, and we're going to give a shout out to two more of our sponsors, and then we're going to continue on with some online resources and access through the Arizona at Work and the Return Stronger side of the house.
Say that again.
Return Stronger.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm going to shout out to Sparrow's Helping Hands. They help those in need live with dignity and grace. Their goal at Sparrow's is to help anyone in need to live more full Independent Lives, we believe in compassion, affordable care for everyone in a time of need. There's a lot of services they offer. Now, just to let you know, on Saturday the 29th, Sparrow Helping Hands will be at the Home Health and Business Expo that the Sierra Vista Chamber of Commerce is hosting. It's going to be through Remo, which is a virtual platform. I'm actually going to check it out because I've looked into Remo a little bit. It looks very interesting. But on the 29th, there's a link that I will post in the comments. Let me see, make sure I can do this right. All right, so there's the link for anybody interested in the Home Health and Business Expo on the 29th. Check out Sparrow's Helping Hand and several other businesses throughout the county that will be there. So, and also we want to give a shout out to SOS International, or SOCI. They are actually sponsoring a virtual event August the 28th, which is Friday, from 7:45 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's the 5th Annual Cyber Southwest Symposium. It's going to be held virtually. Dustin, who is the Director Enterprise Services for SOCI, is going to be speaking there. And of course, SOCI also has some immediate need positions here in the area. They're looking for an intermediate virtualization storage administrator, an associate server system administrator. Anybody who's interested, let me know. Give me a shout out, send me a message. I'll give you the link to help you sign up. So thank you to SOCI and Sparrow's Helping Hand for helping sponsor this event today. Now on with the program, we will talk a little bit about Access Online Resources. So through Arizona at Work, there's a comprehensive suite with several tools to discover career and growth opportunities, finding training. So for career planning, you can explore tools and trends to map your career goals. There's training programs you can find online to elevate existing skills or build new ones, whether you're a worker, independent, contractor, or entrepreneur. We also offer industry certifications. Add your newly earned certification to your resume and get hired and promoted. Jerry mentioned a little bit about that earlier, especially for military veterans. You know, one thing about military veterans is, or military in general, when you're serving in uniform, they train you. And they say, now you're the subject matter expert.
Exactly.
You don't need a stinking certification. You don't need no stinking license.
You know everything.
You are it. And if you mess up, you'll probably get burned. So, you learn real quick. However, once you transition out of the military, there's a challenge you face. You may have years of experience. You know, one of the primary topics I like to talk about is in the IT world. Mm-hmm. I work for the Network Enterprise Technology Command, the voice of the Army. And when soldiers transitioned out of there from IT and Signal, they had years of experience, but they were never required to have a certification. Well, now, all these businesses, they want Net Plus, Security Plus, you know, all
every
these
type
different
of plus out there.
Every plus, they prefer no minuses, but mostly
have the
pluses.
pluses.
Out there, and they're not cheap. You know,
No,
a couple of hundred to, I've even seen a couple in over $1,000.
Oh yeah.
So one of the great things about the Arizona Work program, especially on the Title I, is that we have the funding under the Workforce Innovative Opportunity Act.
Gotta slow down a little bit, Eric.
I know. It's that hillbilly side of me. I just start going and going. You know, no wonder my kids never understand what I'm saying.
What did you just say? No.
Yeah, exactly. And I just thought it was my wife. You know.
No, we feel the same thing, Eric.
So under the Workforce Innovative Opportunity Act, we have these workforce grants where folks that come in and say they're looking for a better job, they're looking to get promoted, or they're looking to just get a job they have, you know, because they haven't worked in a while. And in order to do that, they need a certification, IT cert, one of those pluses that we talked about. Well, under the Title I side of the house, we actually have these workforce grants that we may be able to help pay for these.
No way.
Exactly.
That is awesome.
I know, like,
Free
mind blown. Yes, free money for training. You know, and the thing is, all you got to do is you come in, and you attend our orientation class Monday through Friday, starts at 9 o'clock. We ask you to be here 10 to 15 minutes early. You hear the spiel about what Arizona is, what Arizona at work is.
Yeah, I do.
Because I think we figured out what Arizona is. It's a very hot place in the West. But
Super hot sometimes.
exactly, you know,
Like being back in Iraq.
just less body armor.
Just less body armor, yep.
But yeah, so I mean, you know, come to our orientation class, learn a little bit more about Arizona at work, our programs, our funding, fill out a packet. I know, no more packets, it's all
More paperwork.
crazy. But you know, sometimes we have to weed out those that are really interested and those that are just looking for free handout.
Add to that a little bit is, so this, you want to be a truck driver, or you're changing your career. I would ask, do your homework a little bit on the career field that you're wanting to get into. Just go online, find out, you know, the average day of being a truck driver or whatever it is that you're trying to get into. Salary ranges, you know, if you have the opportunity to go talk to someone in that career field, I would highly encourage you to do so.
Yes.
You know, for my background, I was a truck driver in the Army, and I thought, oh, well, I'll just be a truck driver as a civilian. No. Didn't like it. So, didn't like it at all. Yes, it was. It was, again, transitioning from doing certain things. You know, there are certain things in the military that are the exact same thing as a civilian, but then there's some differences within that career field.
Yes.
So do your homework. If you're not sure, come in. We'll hopefully be able to point you in the right direction, go talk to people to get an idea, because I would hate to see you get into that career field and then you come back a few months later or a year later, well, hey Jerry, I didn't like what I was doing, so now I want to do something different. So do your homework.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I encourage you to do it, because sometimes, you know, they say grass isn't always greener on the other side. Of course, in Arizona, there's not much grass on either side. But,
Not a lot.
but, you know, yeah, sometimes it looks good on paper, it looks good on TV, but then when you actually get into it, it could be a lot different. You know, most truck drivers, you know, when they start doing open road or you know, across the road driving, it's definitely a different world than they were expecting.
No, exactly.
You know, so, you know, and one of the other good things, and I actually just found out about this, is Coursera. Coursera is a worldwide online learning platform founded in 2012 by Stanford University's computer science professor, and I couldn't even begin to pronounce his name. But anyway, it offers massive open online courses. Well, partnered with the Return Stronger campaign, Coursera, the state of Arizona is offering access to 3,800 online courses.
That's a lot of courses.
At no cost.
Nice.
But it's through the end of this year. So, I mean, heck, we're in August, almost September. I'm going to do my Alabama math. September, October, November. That's 4 months that you can take advantage of some online classes through Coursera, all through the Return Stronger campaign.
Nice.
There's a link you can click on to see what these courses are. So if you're interested, send me a message. Let me know. I'll be sharing this on our Facebook page as well.
Excellent.
So, I mean, yeah, I just found out about this today, and I mean, 3 classes.
So basically, there's a lot of opportunities out there. And if you don't know what those opportunities are, just come in and see us, and
Exactly.
we'll be able to let you know what they are.
Exactly. And we are still open. Yes, you are required to wear a mask by all the policies and stuff going on.
We do, but I think the biggest thing is just wear the mask, and, you know, we're only, you know.
Yeah, come in and talk to us,
Yeah.
you know. And the good part is our one-stop, you know, I've learned there's a lot of folks within the Cochise County area that have no computer, have no internet, don't even have smartphones, and don't really care. That's just the way they've grown up. That's what they're used to, and that's what they like. So, and that's fine. But in our one-stop, we have computers, printers, faxes,
Yep.
internet, all free of charge. Come on in and check us out, and you know, ask these questions.
And if you're not very comfortable with using a computer,
Oh, yeah.
ask one of our staff. We'll be able to help you out.
Yeah, and just so y'all know, me and Jerry were sort of volunteering, helping out the workforce side of the house when all this pandemic,
Yes.
unemployment, and all these shutdowns
Very
started.
challenging.
So, you know, we got our steps in for the day. Very interesting. You know, we had clients yelling and screaming at the computers because they didn't understand it, they didn't like it, they didn't want to deal with it. So yeah, I mean, you know,
It
it
does
is a
remind me
challenge.
of the one Star Trek, computer activate, you know, Scotty's talking to the computer, you know.
Yep.
But like Eric brought up an interesting point, if you live in a very rural part of Cochise County, we have offices in Douglas. I'm not sure if the access points have opened up in the libraries yet or not.
Yeah, because most of the libraries are still closed.
Yeah,
Um,
and also, you know, I also cover Graham Greeley County. So if you're not able to go to our office in Safford, go to the Arizona Work office over, was it on Thatcher Boulevard?
Yep.
And if you're trying to do a job search, go in and see those awesome people down there. They'll be able to help you out as well.
All right, so as our time is running down, I want to leave the last 10 to 15 minutes for any questions and answers. But I want to give a shout out to our last two sponsors, which is CTI Trucking. The CTI Trucking we deal with is based out of St. David over at Apache Nitrogen. You know, they're always looking for Class A commercial drivers. They have current openings at our Curtis terminal, which is over in St. David.
We're also very pro-veteran, so if you're a veteran have a CDL or a veteran wanting to get a CDL, get in touch with them.
Yeah, they're looking for a mid-level diesel mechanic as well as these drivers, minimum 18 years of age, 1 year experience. If you're interested, let me know. I can send you the information and the link. And then, of course, the grandfather of them all is Jacobs. They came in about a year ago, maybe.
Give or take, yeah.
And just decided to take all the contracting jobs out of Fort Huachuca. Great organization. They really work for the community to make the world smarter, more connected, more sustainable. They're pushing the limits of what's possible. So they're always looking. They employ thousands across the U.S. and worldwide. So they're always seeking for candidates to fill positions at Fort Huachuca. If you're interested, let me know. I'll connect you with Brian and Yaritza, who will help you in your quest for a job. So right now, one of the biggest things they're doing is their electronic proving ground. They're looking for people to test equipment.
Oh, that's pretty high speed.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
They had several going, and then what I understand is they're going to be opening up some more testing next couple of months as well.
So I do have a question, Eric, and I was going to ask you this last week. So with a lot of the jobs, are they making the hiring process a little bit easier, or because of what we're going through right now?
Some of them are trying, especially some of the contractors like Jacobs and all them. They're actually looking at different ways to try to streamline it, make it a little easier.
Nice.
You know, using maybe Zoom for an interview or whatnot.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there is still the challenge. A lot of places still use the online applications. You go in, you talk to them, and they say, "Here, go online. Here, go online." And of course, the challenge is now the system's over inundated with millions of applications, and half the people are probably not even qualified. And that'll be a whole nother topic. But yeah, you know, some businesses are trying. They see the writing on the wall, and they're trying to clean it up and make it a little bit easier. But it's still early in the game, so to speak, with the COVID and the virtual world. So we're trying to learn as we go now. And I look for input from job seekers as well, so that way I can talk to my clients, the businesses, and let them know this is what this is the word on the street. You know, these are the challenges people are having. So definitely let me know. Give me your feedback. So with that being said, with new skills comes new opportunities. Whether you're looking for a job now or later, Arizona Job Connection will help you find the perfect fit. Jerry mentioned Arizona Job Connection, or AJC. So it's a statewide system. It's the largest workforce database in the state of Arizona. By creating an account, you'll have access to 1,000 job services and programs. You can create and post resumes, search training opportunities, research labor market information. So that's one thing that AJC has that most don't have, is not only for jobs, but you can actually look up training opportunities and the labor market information. Hey, what are the big industries or fields right now in this area.
Oh, and I like, and also once you apply, it takes you straight to the application process to that company, which I think is really nice.
So right now, we're about 15 minutes out, and I want to start taking any questions. So if you're there, if you're paying attention, if you care, send us some information, feedback, questions, or whatnot. And while we're waiting on this, the big thing is, what do you do now? What do we do next? So me and Jerry's been spending this past 45 minutes talking about the resource of Arizona at Work, how we can help job seekers, how we can help businesses a little bit, give you an overview of the opportunities and the resources we have. Now, each week we'll do a different show, and we'll talk about different resources. We'll hone in on more information. Next week we're going to talk about resumes and what you can do as a job seeker to improve your chances. But that's just it. What do we do now? So come see us at Arizona at Work, Southeastern Arizona. We have 2 offices in Cochise County. We have one in Sierra Vista at 2600 East Wilcox Drive. And then we have our office in Douglas at 515 East 7th Street in Douglas, Arizona. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. except on federal holidays. Right now, I would highly encourage you to give us a call to set up an appointment, because like I said, we are shorthanded and we are trying to help out with the unemployment side of the house as well.
The difficult part is, yes, we do take walk-ins, but I do like trying to make the appointments, because if I'm doing a walk-in and someone has a scheduled appointment, of course I'm going to have to go to the appointment. So please call and see if you could do.
Yeah, that would be normally it was just first come first serve on the walk-in basis. But now, with things being so crazy and the state's pulled half of our resources as far as workers, we do ask, and if you come in, I would recommend Wednesday through Friday is probably the best time for the appointment or coming in, just because, like I said.
Well, Friday for us, we work virtual.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. So on Friday,
call. And then
I never work virtual except now. But no, anyway, but Arizona at Work, we're an equal opportunity employer program. Auxiliary aids and services are available upon request to individuals with disabilities. To request this document in alternate format or further information, i.e. what I just said, just let us know. We can provide that as well. Call your local office. So real quick, as we're waiting on comments, so far nobody said anything, so I'm beginning to worry. I may not have a job tomorrow. But some of the upcoming events.
You're a veteran, right?
I am a veteran. So see, I can come see Jerry and he can help me overcome this hurdle that no one wants to watch me on Facebook. But anyway, upcoming events coming at you. So on Friday, August 28th, Event 61 is doing a West End comedy at 7 p.m. Come check them out. We also have on the 29th, which is Saturday, as I mentioned before, there is the Sierra Vista Chamber of Commerce is hosting their Home Health and Business Expo from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's a remote virtual event platform. Register for your account today. It's free of charge at remo.com. On Saturday as well, the Cochise Cash Mob is going to be in Tombstone and Allen Street from 12 to 5 p.m. It's an event to boost the sales of local businesses. So come on out and check them out. So it occurs when a group of people assemble to make purchases in support of local small businesses and the overall community. It's fun, and it's a great way to make an impact on your community. Tombstone, the town too tough to die. Let's get out there and support it. Make sure that they stay forever. And then right after that, at 5 p.m. over Big Nose Kate's Saloon, they're going to do a Cash Mob happy hour. So come on out, make a weekend of it. Come check out Tombstone. Help raise some money there on Allen Street for local businesses. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff going on. Supposedly they've got a dunk booth they're going to set up, so you can dunk your most revered or less revered people in the town of Tombstone. They're going to be hosting a motorcycle fun run, bringing a dunk tank, as I mentioned. They're going to be rocking DJ B7s and raffling off firearms, an Anderson AR-15 SIG P320 compact 9mm from West End Pond. So come out, support. There's going to be discounts in several different locations from 5% off, no sales tax, 10% off, half price desserts or appetizers. Ooh, fat boy like that. Yeah, come on out, check them out, help Tombstone stay alive. So, I'm not seeing anything, Jerry.
Oh, this is not good.
I'm scared. You know, my boss told me if I don't have at least 2 likes, I'm going to have to pull KP and return to
KP. The
So
burn pit.
the good part is this is going to be saved and posted through other venues as well. Wow. But I would like to say, you know, so check us out on Facebook, Arizona at Work, Southeastern Arizona on Facebook. Like us, follow us. I'm always posting jobs. Like I said, I've got 20-something jobs right now that I'm working.
And I mentioned, I apologize, but I forgot to mention, we do work with one of our partners on the veteran side of the house, the Warrior Healing Center.
Yes.
If you are a veteran or the spouse of a veteran, if you want to go over, they're located on Paseo San Luis. If you want to go over, check them out, give them a call first, because I'm not sure if they're open because of the COVID, but if you're interested to learn more about them, please give them a call, and they'll be able to explain what they do.
Yeah, great group of people, really dedicated to helping veterans and their families.
Phenomenal job.
They hit the ground running, and they've been going strong ever since. Yeah, a little slowdown during COVID,
But they're still
but
very
they're right
active.
back on it. Oh yeah. So, also you can like us on LinkedIn and Twitter as well, or you can visit us at www.arizonaatwork.com/location/southeastern-arizona, and eventually, with this the start of it, we're hoping to launch a YouTube channel as well, where you can find these as well. Maybe
Nice.
a couple little, you know, maybe I can convince the staff to do a lip sync battle with the sheriff's department.
Ooh,
You know.
oh, that would be,
that
I
might be a
feel bad for
challenge.
sheriff's department.
I know,
you know.
they just can't hang.
No, they can't hang.
But thank you for watching. Join us again next week, same time, same channel, and hopefully we can work out any bugs and kinks that we may have had. Definitely going to have to work on some lighting. Just can't have too much to shine off
Yeah, this is a
the
little,
dome.
yeah, a little shiny up there.
And hopefully I'll get my voice back. I'll go gargle some salt water. But thank you for joining us. We look forward to working with you and seeing you. Let us know how we can better improve our services and our live stream. So reach out to me and let us know what we can do. Thank you and have a great day.
Do it. And